Hello, welcome to the channel. Today, Jag XFS alternator problem. Stop charging, just cut out. Had to get a specialist out with the SDD Jaguar software to override the alternator fault. Then we was able to start it, drive it here and fit an alternator. So in this video you'll see us fit an alternator. It's an absolute ball ache. This intro is after we've done it, so the car's running, but you'll see it be done from start to finish and it's a nightmare. Right, so when we're replacing the alternator on this Jaguar XFS, it just conked out while it was driving and wouldn't do anything, wouldn't start. We had to get somebody out to override the alternator with, I think it's SDD from Jaguar. They overrode it, it started, but it needs a new alternator because the old battery was so hot because the alternator was broke and short and had got a short and was making the battery hot and caused all sorts of problems. So what we've got to do with these cars, you can't leave the battery off for long periods of time. So I'm going to take the battery terminals off to protect this brand new battery because I'm like 200 quid. And we're going to put charger wires with 12 volts running directly to the terminals to the car, and then we just got to be super careful when we take the alternator off that we don't spark it against anything or short it. We're gonna, as soon as you take the lead off, it's going to have to be wrapped in something. This is a difficult job. The alternator is proper buried in this car. You have to do it from underneath. Luckily we've got a lift, so I'm going to put it up on there. But we've got to put the red on the red and the black on the black, and then we can pull the terminals off. Just 10mm spanners to get that off there. So chuck them on, Dad. Just chuck the black on this around here. Yeah, on there somewhere. And the red just on that one, somewhere where we can still get the...
Is there much to
no grip on there?
Places to clip it on the red one. It's a nightmare to get on.
That's touching, I think. So now we need to turn the charger on. We got it on minimum, got it on 12 volts. We'll turn that on and that'll give 12 volts to the battery. But when we disconnect the terminals from the battery, we should still be getting 12 volts to the car without the battery being connected. Hold on. So we just want to pull these terminals off like that. I might have to put something underneath this one just to lift it. We want to keep them away from the battery. Got a bit of card or something. No. The cardboard. And shove that there, just to make sure that it don't make contact with the battery. Yeah. That's it. So now we've still got 12 volts going to the car, but it's not connected to the battery, so it shouldn't do any damage to the battery. But we've got to make sure that we don't arc anything because we don't want to damage any ECUs or anything like that. So now we're going to lift the car and have a go and getting this alternator out. Up it goes. We hope. So we'll put some of these under the lift just to make sure that it's sturdy. Got two of these gearbox stands. And these just make the car sturdy while I'm working underneath it. There we want. And back under we am. Who was under this not long ago, dealing with other things. So, this car's got full under tray. We're going to have to get this part off the bumper here, some of this off and bend it back out the way, because of our lift. It's difficult to get the whole under tray off because it tends to sit on it. Oh, actually.
Is it?
Oh, I think we might have to come down with it. This one I'm sitting on the... It's... Look. Needs to be there a bit more.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's going to have to come down, eh? It's sitting on the placard. Right, so we're just taking all the bolts out for the under tray. There's a few different ones under here. And then we're going to bend the under tray back. Just so it's out of our way. You can just see the alternator past this little bit of oil from the intercooler and turbo. It's just up there, look, you can just see them little fins, that's the alternator. So a fair bit of pipe work got to come off and out the way. And it is a struggle to get out of the hole, but we shall do it. So there's the under tray off. You can see under the car now all the way back to the gearbox filter there. Little drips of oil about, but it could be from where it's had all put in it. There's nothing like in the under tray. The under tray hasn't got like big pools or nothing in it. No. There's a bit on that. Looks like a turbo intercooler hose, but right up there is what we need to get to. Don't know if you can see any of this. It's right up there, look. So we need to remove first of all this pipe work here, so we can get up there, and then see what we need to get to. So we just took that hose that went round that corner off there to give us access to the alternator that you can see now up there. Oh yeah, and you can see the two bolts that hold the alternator on, and we've got two bolts on this one, there, and there's one at the top that we're going to have to get to. Then we've got a plug and a lead. That's all there is, but obviously we've also got to disconnect the belt, then get the alternator out of that tiny hole. So from what I remember, we've got to remove this silver pipe here, because there's no chance of it coming past that, which is up on a Jubilee clip up there, so Christ knows how we're going to get to that. But it is on a... We might be able to just twist it, because it's on a little bolt there. It's from this side. You can probably see none of this, but it's up there, look.
Is it that one?
Yeah. Little 10mm up there. That one. Got to undo that, and then we can move this pipe out the way. Right, so pipe is off. There it is. In there. And now, we've got up there, this silver pipe you can see here. Up there, there's a little pipe coming off it with a connector that we can get off easy. And then just above that, there's a Jubilee clip. I don't know if you can see it. I'll see if I can circle it on the edit. But if you go through the wheel arch here, there's a little plastic liner. Got screwdriver. A little plastic liner here that you can pull down. Comes out the way like that. And then up that hole there is the Jubilee clip. It's up there. So we can get to it from this angle. You just see the end of it. I'll try and point that out as well on the video. It's difficult in these dark areas. But we're going to undo that and then pull that pipe off, and it should remove this silver pipe out the way and give us room to get the alternator. You can see that my screwdriver is in that Jubilee clip there. And then them pliers are coming up, and then we're going to take the small clip off to the pipe.
Maybe not with them.
No, going to have to get some different pliers probably. Yeah, then we'll do it. Probably going to have to hold the pipe with two hands. There is the pipe, which has come out of that hole, and now you can really see the alternator. Now that's out. So there's the pipe it was attached to. Jubilee clip on there, and there's a little pipe that went to the side of it, that went onto that little nubbin there. So now we can see what we're looking at. Hopefully, I think we can get to the tensioner from here as well, to get the tension off the alternator. Pretty sure I've done it before without... Oil just dripped on my face.
Yeah.
Without doing it from above and removing all the crap from up there. But if we have to, then we have to. Sorry about this, I'm just swinging this farm round. I got a clue. The oil's gone on my face yet again.
So I think the next thing to do is we need to get the belt tension off it though. So right, belt is off. You can see it there. We've used it's a 3/8 socket. You can see just up there on the tensioner. You pull it this way, untensions the belt, push the belt off that way, and then once you've done that, we've got 2 bolts here, one at the top, the electrical connection which is there, and there's also a plug on the back of it up here, which is really, really tight to get to. And I've just had PTSD because I remember getting one of them there before, and it was an absolute nightmare. But we're getting somewhere. Is a new alternator, so it's that plug. It's a nightmare to get out. That's got to come off, and this one's not going to be easy to get to, I wouldn't have thought. Now, because we can't take the 12 volts off this because it'll stop the doors working, it causes a nightmare. We've wrapped the spanner in a little bit of an tube to stop it arcing when I take this bolt off. Right, for its arm protection, we put a rubber johnny on the hang on, I'm dropping the camera. We've put a rubber johnny on the connector to the alternator, so that now can't arc against anything. And now we've got to take the connector out the back of the alternator, which is up there, which I'll show you where it is on this here. Once that one's out, then we can start with the bolts that remove the alternator. This one's going to be a nightmare. I've got a feeling it's going to be a feel it about you ain't going to be able to see. It's a Stevie Wonder special. Just get in there with your hands. So try and get this plug out the back, which is up here. It's yet another thing you're going to be unable to see, I would have thought. It's so tight against whatever's behind it that it's a nightmare to get out, so I'll just give it a wiggle and see if we can get it. So we've got the plug out the back of the alternator. Absolute ball like it is, but there it is. We use some crazy pliers that are meant for something else. Them are made for them are hose clamp pliers, but we was able to sort of get the little button with this side, squash it, and it did come out. But it's in there with some force. Now I'm taking these 2 lower ones out, which are 13s, so we'll get them out. And then there's one left, which is in a place you cannot see, and you have to just go in with your hands and see what happens. But you can see we've got that wrapped up there, so it can't touch anything or cause any issues. And now the alternator's completely unplugged from everything. So, I might need the spanner on that one. The alternator's completely unplugged from everything, so that can't arc out either. I don't know whether there'll be any like residual stuff left in it when it comes down, but if it does, it don't matter because the alternator's disconnected from everything else anyway. So that's out, and then on the very front of the alternator, just above the pulley, there's another bolt holding it on. And there's no adjustment on this alternator because it has got an idler pulley that tensions it, a tensioner pulley. So you don't have to adjust it, you just have to bolt it on. The other one is above this pulley. If you put your hand up there, you can feel it. It is on the alternator itself. It's this one. So I've just undone them 2 that was there, and then directly above is this one. You can feel it with your hands. You will have to get in there with a socket, so we're going to have to find out what size that is because we can't see it. But I'm reckoning it's going to be a 13, the same as everything else was. Now is the hard part. You have to get the alternator out of a hole that is actually smaller than the alternator. Well, I remember doing this before. I've only done this once before, and I don't know how I did it.
Once you've got it out, you've got to get another one in.
Yeah. Well, God came down and he removed it from me. But yeah, basically you've got to stand there for 3 hours straight, trying to get that like a Rubik's Cube or something out of this hole. It's just too big to make the hole, but it does come out because I've got it out before. Because this car has already had an alternator, maybe 18 months ago. Sorry, I'm going to stop hitting my teeth.
I think the reason it all went pear-shaped is because the battery was an original battery on the car.
Yeah, the battery was 12, 13 years old, something like that. So it was the original battery. It was probably really taking it out of the alternator, and then the winter you put your electric heated seats on, your window wipers, your lights, and it's killed the battery off, which has then made the alternator really overwork, and the battery was super hot. But yeah, it killed the alternator off. So we've got a new battery, and now we've got to use the powers of magicians get out this hole. I'm going to try now.
Powers of something.
I'm going to try. Once I get it out, I'll show you how it comes out, but I can't really film again out because I just got to give it to you. Haha! That's burnt out. Stinks. It came out of this hole here, and to get it out, we had to use the transmission jack and undo some things located in some area out there, and on the other side in the same place is 2 engine mount bolts. Undo them, jack this up. It's easy gone up 6 inches, do you think? It's gone up a fair whack, because
It has, yeah.
well that was in line with that, pretty much. So it's gone up about 5-6 inches, and then it's enabled us to get it out. It's still tight, but it come out. So now,
Well, come out without doing that.
nah, you can't get out without jacking that up. But I remembered that I did it. So we jacked that up, and that's how to do it. That's how to get it out. Jack it up. Now the new one has got to go in reverse. I'm just hoping that it goes in easier than that come out, which I think it does. But let's not get too excited about that yet.
What did it do?
So what we had to do, we couldn't get the belt back on from using the pulley underneath like we did below. So we had to go to the top. Pass the phone. We had to do things.
We had to go to the top and remove the tank, the reservoir from there. Removed it from here. Disconnected the pipes off it, obviously, to get it out. Lifted it up out of the way. And then I need to, just 1 second, I need to go higher on the steps. And then what we had to do was reach right the way down there because of the handle still down there. And what we did then was put a big bar on it, which enabled us to come up here and pull the bar right the way over here to get the full tension that we needed. And that allowed us to put the belt on back underneath.
And it went on easy.
And it went on dead simple. So
Just
that's
slip
the
it
only
on
way.
there.
We tried from underneath lots of times, couldn't do it. So there you go.
So all we're doing now is just connecting the pipes back up. The black pipe we took off there, the little pipe that was up and the orange one, we're connecting all them up. We're going to have to top the water back up because obviously the reservoir was removed and we got a lot of water out of there. When putting that reservoir back that we're going to do in a bit, there's a pipe that's very, very hard to get on, and if you don't get it on and the clipping right, it will spring off like it did when Dad was driving it before down the motorway. Pipe off, even though it looked like it was seated. So inside that hole is the brand new alternator, all bolted in, all wires connected. We've just connected this pipe up here and up to the orange one up there, and all the little pipes that need connected, and that's it. And then you've got this bracket that's got to go back on there, and then we're all done and dusted once this bracket's tight as well. Oh, got to put the thing on as well. Right, because we had to move this, we managed to top the antifreeze back up. It says red, we don't care. It's having blue.
Colourblind.
Yeah. So it's all back together. We've just connected the battery. We're just going to put some more antifreeze in it, fill it, top it up with water, and then hopefully it'll be all okay and charge and do what it's supposed to do. But it's an absolute nightmare. Remember that you've got to jack the engine up, undo your engine mounts, jack that up in order to get the old alternator out. And to do the belt tension, it's best to do it from the top by removing this. And then you can do it from here. You can do it quite easily as long as somebody's on top and you're underneath with the belt. Dad was standing on them ladders. Well, I'll put the belt back on. So, alternators. Bad job. With all the fiddly bits, it's took us about 4 hours in total to get this done. So please like and subscribe, and we'll keep showing you what we're doing. And there it is. It's all running. Started. We've got no charging light on the dash. It's nice and smooth. So I think that's a fix on that one. Bit dirty on the wings from where we've been moving about, but it's a right killer that, to put an alternator in one of these, but it can be done. You could do on your drive if you was mental. There you go. See you next.